Beautiful, beautiful people. YouTube, what is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. This is Friday Night Live, my first Friday Night Live of 2022. And of course, my first live from after surviving COVID. I do want to let you guys know, I'll probably say this a couple times during the show. I'm not fully out of it yet. I still have this cough and this wheeze. I have some water down here. I forgot my inhaler. I actually have an inhaler right now. I was going to bring it in here to make sure I'm not like coughing and choking while we're live, but I forgot it. So hopefully I'll last. But just bear with me, as my energy is not going to be probably 100% still. I still can't smell much of anything. I think it's slowly coming back. It's such a weird experience, folks, but I am very, very happy to be here with you folks tonight. I got to say what's up to the folks that are here. I see Verified said he wouldn't be able to catch it live. Appreciate you stopping by, though, Verified. Dan says, welcome back. Thank you, Dan. Pedro, Switch, Juggy Fresh. I love the handle. Been a while since I've been able to catch a live show. Thank you for being here. Travis, Peter, Rupert, Matt, Rush Die Hard, Tony T. What's going on, Tony? Serge is here. Thank you so much, Serge. Miguel, Larissa. Happy to see you here, Larissa. Brandon, Saw Marshall. I'm wondering. You may have sent me some more messages. I got to check those out later tonight. Thank you, Switch. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys. It's alive, says Mojo. Yep. Oh, man. Who would want to fight between Batman and Spider-Man? But Batman is looking for Spider-Man. You know, Batman, he's such a smarty pants. He can outsmart people, so that'd be a tough one. Steve, thank you. So, man, guys, it's just, I don't want to spend too much time, but I will say this. And I gave a couple of updates on IG, but I'll tell you, folks, COVID is nothing to play around with. I don't care if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. It will hit you. And I just want everyone to be safe out there, man. I'm grateful that, it could have been worse. I'm still a bit worried of long-term effects. Like I said, my lungs and everything aren't in good shape right now. And it's scary not knowing. But guys, just be safe, man. This thing is, I go back to work in the classroom on Monday. I'm scared because I get notifications when I've been out. I get 2-3 kids out every day in my classroom. There's dozens in the school that are going home every day testing positive. Teachers are testing positive. Classrooms have to shut down because there's no subs available. It's just, this thing is, it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. And it was unlike anything else I experienced. Like I said, I felt like I had an alien possessing my body. It was mad nuts. So please, guys, just take this seriously and be careful. Be safe. That's all I ask of you all. I'm not sitting here saying, be scared of it like everyone's going to die from it, but just do the smallest things that you can do to keep yourself safe and everyone around you safe. Now let's talk about journals, comics. Let's talk about comic books, folks. Man, there's so much. Happy New Year, first and foremost, to everyone. 2022. I have a lot on my plate, guys, and a lot on my mind already. Bryant, what's going on? Yeah. Yep. I am a speech and language paraeducator. I was also an intramural sports director, but that got shut down when COVID hit. And because of me trying to build the Journals Comics brand, I have not returned to that position, but I am still working part-time as a speech and language educator. Let's see. So Matt Stage in the house. What's going on, Matt? Guys, so when I was sick, I take notes. I always take notes about video ideas constantly. And when I did have the energy to finally open up my computer, which was tough to do, I jotted down some notes for some video ideas. I have a lot of stuff. And what's really interesting is I'm in a weird headspace right now. I don't know if it was from the effects of COVID or just the craziness of the world. I have a lot in my mind, folks, and I'm telling you guys, I want you here along for the ride. There's going to be a lot of videos. We're going to do a lot of live shows in the next couple of months, and we are going to. I'm going to be hitting you guys from all sides of the angles here when it comes to comic books and this hobby and in comic book investing and collecting. And some of you may think I'm crazy, but it's going to be a crazy ride. I promise you that. A lot of very, very interesting, entertaining, mind-boggling topics of discussion that I have on my plate. I'm going to go over a few things. I want to talk about my Patreon members and my YouTube channel members. So I'm still working on getting December's video and also the end of the year giveaways for both memberships. So of course, thank you to all of you that continue to stick by me with the memberships. I want to show off the prizes. So anybody that signs up to be a YouTube member or a Patreon member is going to be entered in to win these as long as they're signed up before I do the random drawing. So I will be giving away this Death of Doctor Strange #1 Peach Momoko variant for my YouTube channel members. And again, if you want to join, you click the join button below. It's only $1.99 a month. I do random giveaways like this, and you also get early access to at least a couple of videos a month. And more importantly, it really helps the channel as well. It helps me continue to do this every single day when I'm not, sick with COVID. Sherry, thank you so much. So that's what we're running for my YouTube channel members, and then for my Patreon members, the year-end giveaway is going to be this beautiful Throg. This is a Thor 18 Comic Tom Mystery Mail Call exclusive variant. This one was one of the hot ones last year. So I'm going to be giving that away, as well as this Bad Idea print, numbered 740 out of 1500. So those are the prizes to show. Thank you to all of my supporters. I know it's crazy because over the last 4 months, I had a lot come up. In August and September for 2 months, I was displaced from my home, and it really hurt my ability to make content and work, and and then getting hit with COVID and being down for 3 weeks. It's just it's been a crazy ride, but I appreciate everyone sticking with me. So those are the prizes for that. We are less than 400 subscribers away from 10,000. That's going to be the big one, guys. So again, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please do so. Spread the word. Again, I produce content almost every single day, and the 10,000 subscriber contest is going to be massive. It is going to be absolutely massive. I already talked about, we got multiple sponsors already on board. I'm hoping to get some more. And then, of course, I'll be throwing in some awesome books as well. So be on the lookout for that real soon. Let's see. What else do I have to talk about? Let's talk about Whatnot real quick. I had my first Whatnot sale right before Christmas. It was a pretty solid sale until the Whatnot app started tweaking, and I had to end it early. They're still working out some kinks, but ultimately, a lot of people made some awesome purchases. Thank you all that helped supported. Everyone that made a purchase in that show did get entered in to win this book, but I will be running another show 1 week from tonight at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern on Whatnot. If you're not following me on Whatnot, I'm at Journos Comics, not with the underscore here, just at Journos Comics. You see the scroll right there? There it is, at Journos Comics. There is a specific link in the description below. If you do not have the app yet, you can click that link, download the app, and you will get 10% off your first purchase. And it doesn't need to be a purchase for me. If you click the link and sign up and make a purchase from anyone, you'll get that 10% off. So I highly recommend doing that. Anybody who makes a purchase in next week's show is also going to be entered in to win this beautiful, spectacular Spider-Man 27 CGC 9.6 white pages, the first Frank Miller on Daredevil. Very, very beautiful book. So the way I'm doing that too is, and it doesn't matter how much you purchase, you will be entered, but every every transaction is going to be an entry. All right. So basically every book, unless it's like a 2 book lot. I don't have many lots, but if it's like a 2 or 3 book lot, I think I only have like 3 lots. That's going to be 1 entry, but most of it is single books. Now, here's another perk, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, because this is how I want to build my brand on Whatnot or wherever I sell in the future. So the awesome thing about Whatnot is that I have this show scheduled a week from now, right? You could go into the Whatnot app. I'm gonna show you guys. It's a little different for me because it's my account. But if you click on the Whatnot app and you search up at Journos Comics, you find me, you follow me, right? And then you can find if you go into my account, Journos Comics, or my profile, and you can see upcoming shows, right? There's an upcoming show right here. January 28th, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Journos January Buy It Now in auction. As of right now, up until the show, you could click on it. You could click on it. You could go into the show. It's not started, but you'll see that little video clip. You see this little, what is this? It's like a little tag, ribbon tag, and it has a number. That's how many books are in my inventory for sale. You can click that right now, and you could go and see all of my inventory. Hold on, for the show. Let's see. Sorry, guys. It's here we go. So if you go to buy it now, you can see there's auction and buy it now. All of these items are available to purchase right now. You could go in there. You can see Alpha Flight #1, first appearance of Tundra Puck, Marina, Wildheart, etc., etc. And then I give you a grade, very fine near mint 9.0, 1 small non-color breaking, spine tick, slight blending, whatever. I just give a description of the grade. You guys could go in here and make a purchase right now for anything that's a buy it now. And you could secure it before the sale even goes live. Now, of course, those payments won't process until the show ends. And then once the show ends, I'm able to ship everything out. Now, the good thing about this is my pricing. And like I said, this is how I want to build my brand. I use multiple sources. You know, first and foremost, I do a very, very detailed job of grading the books. I press and clean some of them, but not all of them. And I do a very detailed examination. I've studied the overshirt guide. I'm very savvy to grading, and I still grade conservatively. So this is a very fine -7.5 Spectacular Spider-Man #2 that is up for sale right now and to buy it now. So when I graded this book, I wanted to give it an 8.0, but I gave it a 7.5 because I'd rather be conservative. Got a price tag on it right there, and it's available to buy it now. The way that I search for a fair market value to price, I do look at eBay sold. But of course I don't pay attention to what the eBay sellers say is their grade. I'll look at pictures and I'll study what's been sold on eBay. I look at cover price and I look at my comic shop. And the one thing that I promise everyone, what's going on, Phil? Every book that I have priced is going to be cheaper than the top online dealers. So they will be cheaper than my comic shop. They will be cheaper than Mile High, Mile High is way overpriced if you ask me. My comic shop definitely prices their books fair. Very, very fair. So my books will always be cheaper than what you could find from those big online retailers. Then when we go live, any books that were buy it now, you could still buy it now while we're live. But once I get to them, I put it up for auction, starting at like $1 bid or $2 bid or something like that. So you have the potential to get the books at a cheaper buy it now price before we even go live. When I did my first sale, most of them went for either right there at the auction ended right at my sticker price, the buy it now price, or they went over. There were a couple that went under, so you could get deals. Like I had Alpha Flight 33, first appearance of Lady Deathstrike that sold for $6 in an auction. I was like, that, you know, it was a solid like fine plus book or something too. So that was a solid deal. So again, that's how the Whatnot sale works. That's how I'm putting up my books. And I really want to make a name for myself, being completely honest, as being somebody that allows that buy it now option to happen, to where you can probably get books at a, I don't want to say a bargain deal. I'm not going to sound like a used car salesman, but very, very fair priced. And oftentimes, just from experience, at a lower price than what auctions can bid up. And of course, they're going to be priced lower than, of course, like I said, those big online retailers. So I would appreciate all your guys' support. If you could go follow me on the Whatnot app at Journals Comics. And again, everyone is going to be entered in to win this if they make a purchase. I will be doing giveaways during the show as well. You don't have to even make a purchase to be a winner of the giveaway. You just have to be following me, and you have to be present for the sale. And I'll randomly, at some point in time during the sale, I'll put up a book. And just say, for example, I'm giving this book away, which I'm not. But say, okay, guys, we're going to give away this Spider-Man book right here. I'll put it up, and you'll see a little big yellow button. It'll say enter giveaway. And you just click it. Boom. That's all you need to do. And then it'll do like a randomizer, and you have the chance to win that book. But like I said, you got to be following me, and you have to be present as well. Lady Deathstrike is absolutely underrated, in my opinion. Miguel, do I ship to Europe? So I don't know Whatnot's policies. All the shipping is done on the back end. So I would reach out to Whatnot. If you're looking for a book from me specifically, I would ship to Europe as long as the buyer covers the shipping costs, of course. So yeah. Let's see. Anybody else hopping in here? Johnny, what's going on, Johnny? Simon. Did I see Simon? No, I did. I saw Isaac. That's who's here. What's going on, Isaac? Oh, man. Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, guys, if you have any questions while I'm just ranting, I'm doing pretty good right now with my breathing, thankfully. If you have any questions or anything, leave it in the comments, folks. Leave it in the comments. BBB. What's going on? Excuse me, guys. I do need to grab some water real quick. Now, with all that being said, I got to give a big shout out to my my right hand, my partner in crime at Comic Book Canon, Jeff. I have not made the last couple of Comic Book Canon shows, and Jeff and special co-hosts Dan De La Torre, and of course Chris Killian from comicbook.com stepped in as special guest co-host. We will be live tonight on Comic Book Canon, though, guys. My first one of the year. Don't forget to hop on over there in just about 40 minutes. If you're not subscribed to us on the Comic Book Canon YouTube, that link is below. We have shows every week, mostly on Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a good show. We're going to have a good show tonight. I'm excited to after this 3-week hiatus of being sick with COVID, I'm so happy to get back on the show. So hope to see all of you guys there. Serge has a question. Does the Whatnot app scan books? I don't scan books when I sell. I put them in manually. I put them in manually. I've never used the scanner, so I would not know. Lowbrow, what's going on? Okay, let's talk about a couple other things, folks. We talked about Whatnot. We talked about Comic Book Canon. Subscribe to us there. We're one more thing about Comic Book Canon. Massive 1,000 subscriber contest coming up real soon. It is going to be massive. Thanks to a lot of community members. Joe G and Dan have donated. Just between the two of them, they've donated some amazing books, slab graded books for that contest. So again, give us a sub at Comic Book Canon if you haven't yet. All right, folks. So I want to talk a little bit about Friday Night Live. Now, I'm still trying to do a weekly show. I'm going to be doing at least one Whatnot sale a month. So my live shows aren't always going to be on a Friday for 2022. But one thing, let's talk about what Journals Comics is doing in 2022. One, I want to have more special guests on with me when I go live. I know, I try to do a good job coming here every week and having some awesome discussions, and bringing up some awesome topics to talk about. And you guys are always here engaged, but I really want to start having more special guests to where we can get more people in this community really talking about comic books and the things that we love here, right? So look out for that. When it comes to these shows, I do have my new video series, the top 50 keys to invest in for under $50. The first out of 5 went up yesterday. So if you haven't watched that video yet, go check that out. Basically, it's 50 books, 50 key books that you can find for under $50 raw. I'm talking about raw, but I do bring in sales data of graded books. We look at 3-year comparison of plus minus gain or loss on the market in value. And I do 10 a video, and it's going to be a 5-part video series. I did the top 100 for under 100 last year. This year, we're doing the top 50 under 50. So I get a lot of good feedback on those videos. I put a lot of work into those videos, guys. It takes hours. It takes hours to do all the graphic designing and the research and the recording and the editing. So I would definitely appreciate it if you guys go check out those videos as well. Another thing that I'm going to be doing more often in 2022 is random channel giveaways for anybody. So I did a couple towards the end of last year, but basically I'll release a video and I'll be saying in the beginning of the video, today we're going to be giving away, this comic book here. All you need to do is make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment below in this video. So it'll be random videos for anybody watching, as long as you're subscribed to the channel. So I'll be really excited about having a lot more of those giveaways this year. Paul, what's going on, Paul? C to the G. What is up, guys? Man, so much stuff. Now, another thing I want to talk about real quick while we're here before I get out of here to go prep for the Comic Book Canon show, guys. Let's just talk about comic books for a minute in the comic book market. 2021. Wow. 2021, folks. And as I'm talking, I want to hear your guys' comments about the year in comics, 2021. What a year. We saw a lot of boom in 2020. And we thought it was booming then. And then 2021 hits. And madness happens. Madness happens. We saw a lot of cool-offs too. We did see a lot of cool-offs. Not everything. So here we are in 2022. And what did we learn from 2021? A lot of things happened in 21 too. I mean, look at Whatnot. I mean, Whatnot hit the scene, hit the ground running. There's people selling comics 24 hours a day now on Whatnot. And it's crazy. It's crazy. People are still buying comics left and right. In my humble opinion, obviously the hobby is still absolutely healthy. Brian says 2021 was a year of independence, a lot of great independence, a lot of spec on independence as well, for sure. There's a lot of shady people out there overpricing. Yeah, I don't think that's anything new, Paul. People are going to overprice, and if you feel they're overpriced, don't buy it, right? Fat Dad, what's going on, Fat Dad? Fat Dad is having a sale on Whatnot, folks. Right before mine next Friday, actually. So go follow Fat Dad Comics on the Whatnot app as well. Which is easier to sell, eBay or Whatnot? With my experience in this short period of time, I'm going to say Whatnot for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the fees are a little high. Fees are a little high, but it makes it worth it. It makes it worth it for the seller and the buyers, I think, because I actually just bought my first couple of comic books off of Whatnot for today from a seller from a live show. And because I have all my information in there, it's so easy. I just was in the live show and I won a couple of auctions, and the payments processed on the back end on their own through PayPal. and I don't have to worry about anything. And I just wait for my comics. So yeah. Matt says the dips that happen to Eternals 1 in first Shang-Chi might make collectors start to think more and avoid FOMO. Good. Yeah, I mean, look, what's interesting is Eternals #1 kept selling. It kept selling units, but the value kept going down. So what I think happened was I think it was a matter of it, and this is something that I'm going to talk about a lot this year, guys. This is one thing I'm going to talk about a lot. More and more comics. I don't think the demand ever really decreased. Even after the Eternals film came out, that book was selling more units, but at a cheaper value, cheaper price. Well, how does that work? If demand is going up or even staying the same, why is the price going down? Because supply continued to grow. Demand didn't dwindle, but supply continued to grow. Why? Because for one, I think you had a lot of people when we knew Eternals was coming, which was a long time ago, but and then we had all the delays. So CGC has slow turnaround times. CBCS's turnaround times are pretty long as well. You got a lot of people waiting months to get their Eternals #1s back. And by the time they were finally back, even though the demand was still high, you had a lot of people putting those books, especially those 9.8s, on the market all at once. And so, how does supply and demand work? Well, if demand goes down and supply is still right here, the value is going to drop because there's no demand for it. Nobody cares about all these books on the market, right? If the supply goes down and the demand is still right here and it goes way under demand, the value is going to increase. Now, two things can happen at the same time, though. Demand can increase and supply can decrease. What's that going to do? That's going to drive up the value even at a faster pace. But what if the demand decreases and the supply increases? That can really hurt the value really bad. But again, I think what happened here is demand basically stayed the same or increased slowly, but supply was moving even faster and growing even faster than demand. And it dropped the price. So, let's see, Matt says also, we won't see the prices that the majority of books did in 2021 at this year. Blue chips are a whole different ball game. Blue chips are different ball games. I'm not going to sit and talk about what books are going to do over this year next to where they were last year. Because while some of them peaked really high last year and took a dip, many more increased. Many more are hitting record highs right now. That's just the way it works. It's crazy, right? So there's a lot that happened in 2021 and a lot that I've sat with for the last few weeks that is making me know certain things that I want to drill home this year on my channel. I've recently done a couple of videos talking about being aware of being smart buyers by being aware of outliers and last sales, most recent sale. Neil, what's going on, Neil? Okay, I'm going to continue talking about this. YouTubers, sellers, buyers, and the numbers. And the facts. YouTubers, sellers, buyers, numbers, facts. Well, what do I mean about that? Let's start from over here. Facts. Facts of the book. This book is the first artwork of Daredevil done by Frank Miller. That's a fact. It's a fact. Oh, this is a let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Superman 663. Oh man, this is a sought out key, not a fact. That's what I mean by facts. Labels, first appearances, what those appearances mean, what those labels mean, the context behind those labels. Okay. Data. The next thing is data. What is data? Sales data. Sales data in terms of value, prices, what they're selling for, how many you're selling on the market, highs, lows, fair market values, all that. Buyers understanding the first two things. Buyers understanding the data, making sure the data is accurate, and making sure the facts around the book are accurate as well. And buyers being aware of the next two things: sellers and YouTubers. I have been watching so many Whatnot sales. I'll hop into, it's really cool how Whatnot works, because you can see comic book sales live right now. You don't even got to be following the people. You just see all of them that are live. I'll go into one, hang out in one for 5 minutes, bounce, go into another one. There are, and look, I'm not knocking the sellers, but there are so many sellers out there that don't know what they're talking about. Now, I as somebody who is now taking on the responsibility in the job of selling comics, I make sure I know everything. If I am selling a book, I'm like, from down to the grade, down to a fair market value, down to the context of the book. First appearance, third appearance, first cover appearance, first team up, whatever it is. I'm going to know everything about every single book that I'm selling. That's what I hold myself to. Would I hold everyone to that? No. But if you don't know when you're selling, then don't say anything. I saw a seller today who I bought a couple books from sell the Iron Fist. Oh, what number was it? 80? Is it 84? It's the second appearance of Sabretooth. I don't think they knew what it was, because they put it up there. The Power Man and Iron Fist, they set it up there, and they started it at $1 auction. It sold for $7. That book is definitely worth more than $7. He didn't say it was Sabretooth's first appearance or not. So now, while he should, by knowing that information, it would have helped him. But whether you know the accurate information or not, if you don't know about it, don't say anything, and don't give false information. Because I saw, and I'm going to be talking about this on the Canon tonight, folks, during our top 10. So be there for that. I saw somebody call a dollar bin book a hotkey. And boy, did the FOMO happen from everyone in that live sale. And that book sold for a crazy amount of money. If you want to hear the details, tune in to our Comic Book Canon show. Link in the bio to our YouTube. Go give us a sub. Oh my goodness. So there's that. Facts and seller knowing those things. The buyers being aware of those things. And another thing about sellers is, and I said this in my video that I did a couple days ago, sellers are out to do one thing: sell you. Sell you books. They're going to talk up, oh man, awesome, steal of a deal. Oh man, we know that this person's coming in the MCU. And hey, I might say some of these things myself when I'm in a live show. I'm always going to do my best to be genuine, right? And not sound like a used car salesman. But there's a lot of people that are just going to talk it up. And that's fine. I'm not knocking them for that. That's their job. It is their job to sell you. It is. No law against it. Nowhere bound. What's going on? Simon is here. Rupert's here. Basically, it's up to the buyers to be smart and pay attention to these things. What was the last thing I had on my when I was counting? YouTubers, folks. YouTubers. And a lot of you, I'm going to talk about a lot of this stuff over the next coming months in my videos and on my live streams. And there's going to be a lot of people out there saying, well, Chris, weren't you saying the opposite? Because here's the thing. I'm an optimist. I'm an optimist in this hobby. I never knock people for collecting how they want to collect. When people say flippers are ruining comics, I say, no, they're not. It's a part of the industry. It's part of the hobby. Variants are ruining comics. No, it's not. It's a part of the hobby. Collect how you want to collect. YouTubers are manipulating the market. What do? I defend YouTubers. I'm one. But that doesn't mean that we aren't to hold YouTubers accountable and sellers accountable to being transparent and honest. And this pairs back to the data. And I've talked about this twice in the last couple of weeks. And I'm going to keep talking about it, guys. 2022 is going to be the year of the educated buyer. I mean it. And it is my duty, Ishmael, what's going on? It is my duty. With great power comes great responsibility. That is going to be my cliche tagline for 2022. It is my responsibility to be transparent and to help you guys. When collectors aren't educated and they do silly things, oh man, it breaks my heart. But and I'm going to keep telling you all to take responsibility. Take responsibility, but at the same time, I have to be empathetic and humble to teach. And not just me, but anybody that has a platform. Teach through honesty and transparency. Have your facts straight. And when we're talking about data and we're using sales data and we're making videos, be very cautious of how YouTubers use data and clickbait titles. And don't get me look, YouTube's a business. We want you to click taglines. It's just like a news article. It wants to grab your attention. But still, you got to be honest with it. You got to sell your video, but be honest with it. Be very careful, guys. Charlotte, what's going on? I am alive, Ishmael. I just saw that comment. Ari Leo, be patient. Absolutely. Look, here's the thing, folks. It's been a while now. It's been like over a year, I think, since I did those couple videos about Key Collector and how I disagree with them. And I got passionate about that, guys. I'm still passionate about it. But, you know, I've learned a lot in how to still not hold back, discuss issues that are important to me, but do it in a way that is, you know, I don't want people to mistake my intent, right? And I want Key Collectors to succeed. Much respect for Nick and Key Collector. We've had many conversations now, by the way, and we have it's so great that we've finally connected and gone on the same page. I don't want to throw people under the bus. I don't want my channel to be, you know, like Maury Povich or something, you know, or Jerry Springer. When I bring up controversial issues, that's not the point of my channel. The point of my channel is because I believe in it, because I believe in the health of this industry and this hobby and the good of the community. So when I talk about holding YouTubers accountable or sellers accountable, I'm doing my best. I'm not calling people out. I'm not saying people's names. But if people are guilty of the stuff that I'm talking about, then that's on them. And I can't help that. But I cannot sit back and watch people. And you know, here's the thing. I see people. I see YouTubers doing stuff, and I see a lot of good people in the comments watching these videos. And And that's look, that's fine. Look, man, this community is nothing without everyone. There are so many people that have came up with me, so to say. You know, people like Swaggle Haas. Man, he's one of my favorite channels out there. Como Comics, Bryce Comics. And then, of course, there's the big timers like Comic Tom, who have been doing it. You know, I mean, he set the groundwork for a lot of us, right? There's a lot of people out there, very Gary and Impressible Defects, and whose channels have over the last year or so have really grown. They do a lot of different things. And I'm not saying I don't watch these guys all the time. I'm not saying I agree with everything they do. But I know they're good people. Well, I want to believe most of them are good people and they produce good content. So this isn't a matter of one YouTuber being better than the next. But I have to stand for what I believe in. I do. And that's just part of my personality. And I believe, Gernaldo, yeah, Peter. And I believe, yeah, Reggie's just a good guy. I believe that if I see something that I feel is wrong and is misleading, I'm going to talk about it. And it goes both ways. I talked about this and somebody brought up the fact that Comic Tom focuses on outliers and high sales. When Comic Tom does a video saying record high breaking sale for this book and he talks about it, the ones that I've watched, I don't think he's being misleading at all. He's reporting on something specific, on a fact, on a current event of a book that sold for a record high. When I talk about being careful of outliers is when you use a record high from a year ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago, whatever, compare it to a low recently, and you make thumbnails saying that these key books are dropping by 80%. So I would really, I got to wrap up here in the next few minutes, folks, but I would really, guys, go watch the video that I did, 3 days ago? If you haven't yet, I actually do a screen grab about, and I show sales data on screen of a couple books, and I show each individual sale. It was the avoiding misinformation from sellers and YouTubers. I highly recommend watching that video if you haven't yet. And I'm not going to be a broken record here, guys, because there's so much to dive into when it comes to these topics. I will be making more videos about this, though. I will be fleshing it out as much as I can. And I'm gonna end today's stream. Jason, I appreciate it, Jason. Thank you. Thank you, Charlotte. 2022 is going to be the year of the educated buyer. Now, I always say this. I always say, look, there's no, market. Everyone uses these words, market manipulation, pump and dump. And there's such sensationalized, taglines that I'm like, guys, no, stop using those terms. But there is truth to the fact that while everything is organic, while the boom was organic, while the record-breaking prices are organic right now on the books, while the dips on those other books are organic right now, I talk about why it's organic. People are buying the books. Doesn't matter if they have FOMO. Doesn't matter if they're uneducated. Whatever the case may be. Nobody's manipulating the market. That's what I said in that video. It's not market manipulation. It's market misinformation. And I'm seeing it more and more how misinformed we as collectors are, how misinformed sellers are, maybe even YouTubers are misinformed. Or maybe they're delivering misinformation on purpose. Do you know that I was blocked from on my personal account? There was a YouTuber that did a video that was really being what's the word? Misleading with his data. And I was blocked for calling him out. But all of these things, this misinformation, is the biggest problem in the comic book industry today. It's not variants. It's not how many people are selling comics these days. It's not flippers. It's not whatnot. It's not CGC and people that slab anything. It's none of those things. But it's one thing that affects all of those factors. Misinformation. Misinformation drives fair market values of books. It drives FOMO. And ultimately, that is the one thing that I will say is hurting this hobby. My mission statement, though, is to encourage all of you to be informed and stop pointing fingers. That's what all those buzzwords are. Oh, market manipulation, YouTubers are ruining it, whatnot's ruining it, all these sellers. Nobody's ruining it if you're being duped because you're not educated. So I empathize, and why everybody should be operating on their own code of ethics. You got to take responsibility. In 2022, sellers have to be responsible. Sellers have to hold the YouTubers accountable, the sellers accountable. And again, accountable doesn't mean pointing a finger at them and calling them conspiracy theorists and you're manipulating the market. No. If you're in a whatnot sale and you see a seller saying that this is the first appearance of this book and it's a hot key and they're wrong, call them out. If you see other people getting into FOMO and buying up a book, don't fall into the FOMO. Have some willpower. Control yourself. How we behave as collectors is going to affect the market. It's going to affect prices. It's going to affect sellers. It's going to affect how YouTubers conduct themselves. Los. And when I say, yeah, like Switch says, when I say it's your own fault or you got to hold yourself accountable, it doesn't mean that the other parties involved might not have some accountability of their own. But look, you can't, there's going to be unethical people out there. There's going to be other buyers that have FOMO. Do you need to fall in line? If your friend jumps off a bridge, are you going to follow? FOMO! Educate yourself, guy. Educate yourselves. Educate yourselves. Be patient. Keep enjoying what you do. But make sure you're doing your due diligence. YouTubers don't know everything, including myself. And if I ever say something that's wrong, please correct me. Understand the data. Understand the facts. I'm going to be here all year long, guys. We're going to hit 10K. I hope, maybe, who knows, maybe we can hit 15 to 20K sometime this year. Who knows? I'm here with you guys. I'm going to be here. 2022 is the year of the educated buyer. We are going to be educated. We are going to be smart. And we as a community, and that means buyers, collectors, and sellers. Because remember, a lot of us collect and sell or dabble in a little bit of everything. Invest and hoard, whatever the case may be. We're gonna work together to be educated and to be smart and to be responsible and to be ethical and transparent and all of these things in 2022. That's my mission statement, folks. I mean it. So I really hope, look, right now I do this. I do everything Journos Comics is a full-time job for me. So I hope that I can keep doing this. I can't do it without your guys' support in any form or fashion. And that comes down to just being here, hanging out in the live shows, watching the videos, commenting, subscribing, sharing with your friends, whatever the case may be. Following me on Instagram, on Twitter, follow me on whatnot, all of it. I want to continue to be here for you guys. It's a hard struggle, you know. Like I said, I'm sticking with part-time education to be here for you guys, but I love it. It's my passion. It means a lot for me to be able to do this. So all I ask is that you guys keep supporting, spreading the word. And I look forward to having an amazing year. So next week, guys, I won't be live Friday. I'll probably do a live show at some point in time next week here on YouTube. But please follow me, Journals Comics. There's a link below to the Whatnot app. I hope to see you guys over there next Friday night. But for right now, I mean, we are, man, I'm late. Jeff's gonna kick my butt. We're just 8 minutes away from the Comic Book Canon show, guys. I hope to see each and every one of you there. We're gonna have an awesome show tonight. Thank you guys so much again for the continued support. Thank you guys so much. Be well, and see you over on the Canon. Peace.